Okay, all right. Blog world, back on the grind again, all right? So, my first video I put out, um, it had a lot of information in it, but my problem with that first video was that, nobody wasn't seeing anything, like, see my face or anything like that, and it was all dark and them stuff there. Some of just want kind of redo it, kind of go over a few things, you know. And my whole point of putting out these videos, as I said, keep saying, is to help persons who are not knowledgeable or don't really know about the H2B program. A lot of people ask about it. They hear certain stuff, but they don't know much. So just want to just go over it a little so that persons know. All right. So the H2B program, it is designed for seasonal workers, temporary workers. So you either work in the winter or in the summer. All right. It's temporary work, and it is set up by the Department of Labor to facilitate workers for hotels, restaurants, and bars, and even landscaping too in some places. So they go ahead and they file a petition for persons to come up from different countries to come and work on the H2B program. Currently, you have 68 countries that is a part of this, all right, that is allowed to go ahead and enter the United States seasonally, whether the summer or the winter program, to work on H2B programs. Now, based on the laws that are set up, you are allowed equal pay, like the U.S. counterparts that you work along with when you come to work on the program. You will also receive insurance. And in the first video that I put out, I keep saying it and I'm going to say it continuously, that persons know you don't pay to go on H2B programs. You're not supposed to pay to go on the program anymore. That was once, in the past, where persons were, asked to pay. But all of that has changed now. The hotel is the ones that have that responsibility to take care of all of those expenses. And they are also responsible to provide proper housing for you at reasonable and affordable cost, and also provide for you transportation. And when I say transportation, I mean like your airfare to arrive for work, and when the contract is ended, to depart from work. And if you have to travel by bus when you arrive, they are responsible for it. If you have to stay overnight in hotels, they are responsible for it. Some places, they pay it up front, book your ticket and everything up front, and they tell you what time you're supposed to fly and all that thing. Some places have you do it and then they reimburse you. So, if you are asked to pay it and then you would be reimbursed when you get there, that's not unusual. So places do that most of the times, and they provide your housing for you. Some places have dormitory style housing where you're not allowed to cook in the rooms, but they provide, if a hotel has that, they would provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you. Some places do it at a minimal cost. Some places don't charge you at all. All right, so it all depends. And note that once you are selected on to go on the H2B program, you get a contract which outlines all of these things. Nothing is left out, because these places don't want anybody to put a lawsuit on them. So they ensure that they outline all of these. Now, if you have any issues with any one of these things that are placed in your contract, you have the right to choose not to go. All right? However, if you want to go, then you're going to have to work with these things that they put in the contract. So the H2B program, it is a temporary work program which operates seasonally. So it's either the summer or the winter season. And there's 2 times in the year that the persons, the hotels are allowed to do applications for these programs. So if you're on the summer, you know that they're going to go ahead and do it from April. And if you're on the winter, it starts in October, right? So general information about what the H2B program is. These programs sometimes go from 6 months. Some programs go up to 9, 10 months. It all depends on how the season is set up, where you're going to work. And you work in different places in the United States. All right? Now, you don't come to the United States on your 10-year visa and get a work permit to work or get an H2B. An H2B visa is issued in your home country. All right? So if you're in Jamaica, you have to go to the United States Embassy to pick up that visa. And if you are getting the visa for the first time, you have to do an interview. You know, for persons that are returning workers, they don't do interviews. They just go ahead and send the book in and get their visa stamp, and they are back working. All right? So, few tips that persons need to know, and it's very important that you understand it and how it works. All right? And no work agency that you sign up with that operates a program cannot guarantee you a job overseas. Please understand that they cannot guarantee you a job. What they do is basically work alongside the hotels. And if the hotels give them a list of persons that they want to work for them, that's what they have to work with. All right? So don't think that, you know, when you sign up with them and you pay your registration fee, that is something that is going to guarantee you a job. You still have the legwork to put in. You understand? Because you have interviews that you will have to do with the hotels. And when they interview you, you know, if you are not successful, then there's nothing that these agencies can do. You understand? So please note this when you're trying to go on the program, because there's a lot of persons that are out there trying to get on the program. They're not successful. But you need to know all of these things when you're going to go ahead and try to do it. All right? So basically, that is what the H2B program is, in part, in a nutshell. You know, you're going to see other videos coming out with different type of information, because I have more information that I need to give to people. People need to know, need to understand. All right? And we want us as Jamaicans to represent our nation well, you know, because a lot of persons come here and they do all kind of crap, you know. But I want persons to get the opportunity to come and work and represent our country well, because they love us when we work and we do our jobs well. All right? So until I put up a next post again, I want everyone to have a blessed day. Enjoy your holidays. God bless and guide.